Dharma Bites is brought to you by Free Buddhist Audio, the Dharma for your life. Our work is funded entirely by donations from our generous listeners. If you would like to help us keep this free, make a contribution at freebuddhistaudio.com/donate. Thank you, and happy listening.
The Buddha recognizes that there's a real journey to go from where we normally are to where he is. So how can he engage us in it? So this is a question that he has, that people are they gonna get this? Are they gonna understand? Are they willing to do the work to get here? How am I going to communicate this? And at that point, he has a vision. And this vision is of a lotus pond. And he sees these lotuses all at different stages of development. He sees those ones that are just, poking through the mud. They're just got their tip, if you like, just emerging from the mud. He sees the ones that are, above the mud now, but their bud is still closed. And then he sees them, open, and then he sees them, a few that are fully open to the sun. And then he understands that there are those who, well, actually, I think there's two things. I always like this story in two ways. He sees that there are those who are ready to receive the light of the sun, i.e. the light of truth. There are those who are ready to grow, to develop, to consciously grow and develop. But I also see it as he sees that we're all at different stages of growth and that we're all looking for the light. We're all wanting it, no matter what stage we're at, no matter even if we're still submerged in the mud. There is this movement towards the light. There is a sort of desire, if you like, for the light. And it makes me think of those biology experiments you used to do at school, if you did them, photosynthesis, I think they were called, where they kind of, they would put plants in different set of conditions. And I always remember the one where, well, obviously, if they put a plant without any nourishment whatsoever, it would die. So no light, no water, etc. But there were those experiments where they would put a plant in a cupboard or something where there was only a little bit of light that would come in, a tiny little bit of light that would come in. But that plant would grow. But it would grow slightly distorted and it would grow towards where that light was. So we're like that. We're like that. On some level, we want truth, we want love, we want awareness. And there's all these other conditions that actually we've got to get through and have to get there. So the Buddha sees this, and in a way, he sees two things. He sees our potential to grow, but he also sees what keeps us submerged, if you like, as well. And that's all our conditioning, all the various things that, our backgrounds, our families, religion, culture, all those things. All of those things, they might be positive things in them, obviously, there are. But there's also distortions. There's also biases, if you like. They're also laying all of those conditions, they're like obscure. They're sort of layers we have to kind of understand and obscure who we really are. So the Buddha sees this. So the Buddha recognizes that everyone's moving towards the light. Some of us are very open to the light, but they were all stages of growth. And so he goes to teach, knowing that we're submerged in the mud, but we all want the truth. So that's the lotus and that particular saying there. And let's see what else it says. Yeah, so then it says, in the same way, among the multitudes shines pure the light of wisdom of the student who follows the Buddha, the one who's truly awake. So of course, the more we sort of open to the truth, to awareness, to ourselves, our true potential, the more we kind of connect with the light, the more we become that. And then of course, we can then be that for others. And you'll find this if you're meditating, you meditating will have an effect on you, but the people around you. Eventually, people around you will kind of go, okay, there's something going on that's a bit different now with that person. They might even get curious. You're already representing a light for them as well as for yourself.
We hope you enjoyed today's Dharma Bite. Please help us keep this free. Make a contribution at freebuddhistaudio.com/donate. And thank you.